How is it that pro athletes heal so fast? Everyone asks this question. If you follow me on IG, you already know the answer to this question. If you don't follow me on IG, this is for the rest of you. How do pro athletes heal so fast? They don't. That's the answer. They don't. They don't heal any faster than you do. Do they have better doctors with better drugs and better pain management? Sure. But in terms of how do they heal so fast? They don't. They just play injured. I still remember. That's one of my favorites. Was whenever the Panthers played against the Avalanche. It's I feel like it was 1999. It must have been 1999. Scott Mellenby broke his hand. Majorly broke his hand. And he still played. Well, his hand didn't heal. It was not like his hand was broken and then the next day it was oh, I'm good to go and I can finish the series. He just played with a broken hand. You look at any of these things. Heinz Ward had a serious knee injury and then came back 2 weeks later and played in the Super Bowl. You don't think he actually healed in 2 weeks, do you? No. He got injured. He's still injured. He just played injured. Do you go to work when you're sick? I bet you do. Your back hurts. Do you still do the dishes? Do you still take care of your kids? Yeah, you do. Why? Because you have to. It's your job. You can't just be hey, kids, you're not going to be eating today. Nope. And I bet your boss probably won't give a shit if you tell him you have a headache and you're coming into work anyways. So when your job is to play a sport, your boss doesn't give a shit if you don't feel well. Guess what? You're coming in, you're playing. Yeah, there's this really cool moment. Abajiv. Do I need to say more? Of course I do. Hyson Polaku was training at Podium Gold, and he came up to Abajiv and said, my knees hurt. And Abajiv just looked at him and said, yes, is okay. Is okay. He just didn't give a shit. It's you still have to squat anyways. That's the reality of pro sports. Sorry, folks. I know that you were probably really hoping I would give you some secret, oh, the secret is to take BPC 157 and, TP 500 and growth hormone, and there's some magical thing to this, and there isn't. You want there to be. I want there to be. I want there to be some secret. You can tear something off and then just, patch it back on and be 100% the next day. But that isn't what happens. They just play injured. And if you know any pro athletes or you've ever worked with pro athletes, you know that practically all of them are injured all the time. They always have something. And they still have to play. Because that's what they do. So when you ask the question, how is it that pro athletes heal so fast? They don't. They don't heal any faster than you do. You want to know the secret? Painkillers. They take, Toradol, which is ketorolac, or they take OxyContin, or whatever drug it is. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of things that relieve pain. Tramadol was another good one. Nubane. Nubane used to be really popular with bodybuilders. You take some Nubane and you could train through practically any injury. And that's the reality. That's what happens. We just give these guys some painkillers. And that's not a performance-enhancing drug in terms of oh, it's a banned substance. No, it isn't. No one's sitting there telling you you can't get a shot of dexamethasone and some Toradol. That's completely allowed. But I will argue to you that it is a performance-enhancing drug because guess what? You're in so much pain you can't perform, and I give you this drug and now you can. So that's definitely performance-enhancing, but it isn't a banned substance. You can go ahead and get a cortisone shot. You can go ahead and get a shot of Toradol. And that's how they do it. They just block the pain out, get some pain meds, and play through it. So that's the secret, right? How do athletes heal so fast? They don't. They just play injured.